Hi guys, this is Fuck Your Opinion. This is a movie review show where I watch movies and I say fuck them, fuck it, fuck. I say fuck a lot on this show, so be warned. Even though this is a children's movie I am watching and reviewing, you're gonna hear fuck a lot of f bombs, and they're not gonna be censored. So take your kids, walk them outside the room, and then circle back and say, "Kiddos, this is what the real world is like." Especially in New York City, in which this movie takes place. Let's be honest. Let's be real, guys. The first thing, like in the very beginning of this movie, where all the kids are saying hell after he says HE double hockey sticks. Well, 22 is definitely going to be seeing like fuck and shit constantly. She's gonna find it hilarious. I would think that would be her spark in life, to just be like, oh, I heard fuck, to just say fuck, 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 fuck. That's her spark. Anyways, let's get to this movie, shall we? All right. I watched Pixar's Soul, which I have to be honest, fuck this movie. Yeah, I think you saw that coming with the title, but seriously, fuck. But it's not the usual kind of fuck this movie. Normally I say, fuck this movie, I hated it, it sucked, right? No, not this case. I'm going to say, fuck this movie, it made me cry from the very fucking beginning, and then I cried throughout the whole time until the very end. I mean, I literally had a tear in my eye the entire time. And as if you watch this movie or are going to watch it, what happens is there are constantly sequences where you go, oh my God, this is the most beautiful, poignant scene. Nothing's going to top this. This scene breaks my heart. Then 10 minutes goes by, and then another scene happens, and you go like, God damn it, movie. God damn it. You're breaking my heart again. You're doing it again. There's just so many. I mean, the scene in which James has to get his pants sewn by his mother, and they have that little argument, and they really spill their feelings about everything. Oh my God, that killed me. That wrecked me. The scene in which I don't remember the head jazz musician, but she tells him what the real world is like and what the real performances are like. Oh my God, the ending, the Truman Show ending. Oh my God, I mean, this is me the whole time. Just fuck this movie, fuck it. I mean, the thing that kills me is just like, this is not to get too much in my personal life, but it's something that, especially right now, it struck such a chord with so much of what is happening in my life, and in such specific ways. And I think that's the strength of this movie. I can't remember the exact quote, but I remember reading once where when you're writing a story, you want to try and get as specific as possible as opposed to general, because the more general you get, the less appeal you have, the less you really tap into the earnest feelings of the viewers. But conversely, the more specific you get, the more you really latch onto those personal feelings and ideas, and just this movie really, what impresses me so much is this movie gets you to really think. It's like this really fun, goofy adventure. And I do stress, like, it's a buddy adventure. I love buddy adventures. And I love that both James and 22 have their separate goals, but basically they need each other, so they have to work together. That's like the best buddy dynamic. And it's done so freaking well. Freaking, why did I say freaking? Fucking well. So fucking well. That's why you tuned in. For the fucks. Their buddy dynamic is so great, and it's just such a great adventure story. But again, while having this fun romp, is still managing to tell such a personal but also thoughtful, and when I say thoughtful, I mean like inner but also just outer, and what is experience, what is life. Like, it asks big questions and it works so well. And here's the thing, and this is where people are going to get really upset at me. I'm not a big Pixar fanboy. I like Pixar movies, but here's the thing. I hate Inside Out. Fuck Inside Out. That's an authentic fuck that movie. I saw it when it came out. Everyone was like, oh my God, Inside Out. I love Inside Out. I didn't care for it. I didn't feel any, I felt the forced Pixar emotion, in the, like, was it the end of the second act, I think, that happens. I felt that, but I felt very manipulated. And the movie as a whole, I was like, never want to revisit it. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, God, I really don't like that movie. But this is not about Inside Out. And this is also not about Onward, which is also extremely mediocre. This is about Soul, which actually has a soul and is great. Also, another side note, I know I said that I was crying throughout, and the ending in particular, it's very reminiscent of Truman Show. But it got me so much that when I was preparing for this video review, I was doing a little shaving. I was like, okay, I got to shave up, make myself presentable. I cut myself a little bit shaving. And normally I go, fuck. But this time I was like, fuck. But isn't it beautiful? Like, I felt something. It's relishing in the feeling of life. And I know I'm probably only going to carry it for tonight. Also, I'm probably only going to carry it because I'm a little drunk. As you can tell from that, like, slurring and kind of fucking up that wording right now. But, life, isn't it grand? But yeah, I loved everything about this. I loved the voice cast: Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey, Graham Norton, Richard Ayoade. It was constantly surprising, but everyone was so perfect in the role. I loved the animation style. I loved how I don't know, I forgot what they called it. Basically, the whatever sphere, the afterlife, the whatever it's called, has such a unique animation style, and the Jerrys, the Guardian characters, whatever you want to call them, how their lines and how they work and how they look and how they operate is so beautiful because it's so simple and just interesting. It's so interesting. I'm so glad that they did that. But then contrasting that with the real world, which is beautiful in a totally different way. I can't really remember a time where a movie, or particularly an animated movie, was contrasting two very different animated styles in such a fantastic way. I mean, other movies do it, but I mean, geez, this is, and the world building of it all. I mean, particularly the first 30 minutes of this film, when he dies. Also, what I loved about the first 30 minutes, when he dies and he's like, oh no, I can't, I don't want to die, I'm not ready for it yet. And he starts running away, and then he falls off the ledge. And when Disney Presents logo appeared, I was like, oh shit, I am in this. I am fucking in this. I am ready. It just got my juices flowing. It's, again, you knew you were in for this fun madcap adventure that was going to present these really interesting existential ideas, right? And that's exactly what I got. It's just, I loved the beginning, the little baby souls. They were so cute and funny. I also loved, this movie does such a amazing job with its comedy. It has so many cutaway jokes, or just like real quick, like punchlines and zingers and gags and all this kind of stuff that's constantly going on. I mean, there's a really great one where there's this place where souls kind of appear when a person is really in the moment. And 22, played by Tina Fey, throws rocks at them to kind of distract them and get them out of their kind of mojo moment. She throws one at a basketball player, and it's the Knicks. And I'm not describing it really well, but that jab on the Knicks, again, going back to the personal, it's, that whoever wrote that joke, I don't know if it was Pete Docter or whoever, was like, God damn it, Knicks, every time, you're always disappointing me. So to have that specificity in that joke was just so funny. Or 22, we have a litany montage of all her past mentors. Also, later on throughout the movie, there are snippets of each mentor or different mentors. And it's so funny every time. They're so good. They're hilarious. I just love this movie, guys. It's one of those things where if I had to find flaws, I could tell you some things that were not amazing. I didn't think the hippie pirate soul guy who was not a soul was an amazing plot idea, but he was a device that kind of needed to be there, and I enjoyed him being there. I still had a good time with that plot bit. I didn't love it. I wasn't like, oh my God, this is so beautiful as it was happening. But I still thought it was solid. And just to wrap this up, I really love the ending because you have both 22 and James kind of entering the world, but not knowing what their purpose is. I mean, there are some vague ideas. I mean, we as the viewer can kind of guess what James or 22 might do with their lives. But I love the idea that the spark is not necessarily tied with purpose. It's something that's separate, and that you might have this spark that, it's like in that barber scene, which also is very beautiful. Like, the barber has a spark to be a veterinarian, it's sparked to be a veterinarian, but he ends up doing something else with his life, but he's still very satisfied and still enjoys his life. And I love the fact that again, I know I keep saying like the Truman Show because it's so obvious, but we don't really know what 22 or James end up doing. But I think there is beauty within that because there are clues within the film what they could be doing, but it kind of doesn't matter because it's more about we as the viewer and what we kind of want to, it's almost like we want to latch onto that idea ourselves and find that within our own lives. And guys, God, it's so beautiful. I know if you haven't watched this movie yet and I just ruined it all for you, tough shit. Just fucking watch it. You should have watched it. Here's another side note, guys. Do you really watch video reviews before you watch the movie? I almost never do it. I watch a movie or I don't watch a movie, and I want to see what someone thinks of it. Like, I get it. You're like, oh, I don't know if I want to watch Wonder Woman 84. Let me watch a review first. Just fucking watch it. You're going to have it for free. If you have HBO Max or the Disney Plus, you're going to have it. Just watch it. I don't even know what. I just tune in the reviews because I want to know what people are saying. What's the gossip? What's the buzz? And the buzz here, this movie is great. I loved it. It's so good. If this gets robbed for an Oscar like the Lego movie, I'm going to be so pissed. The Lego movie deserved an Oscar. And obviously Disney's going to rig it so this movie wins an Oscar. Besides the point. I love this movie. Watch it. If you already watched it, as you should have, because I ruined the whole thing, so you obviously already watched it, watch it again. I'm going to watch it every day for the rest of my life. and just remind myself how beautiful life is. You know, it's a gift that I can do this video review, that I can do reviews. This is my passion. It's my passion to make video reviews. Just kidding. It's not my passion, but movies are my spark. That's my spark, guys. Movies. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just going to end it. Watch this movie. Fuck your opinion, guys. I have a podcast. We have a podcast. Link in the description or wherever I pointed, below. I did a 2-finger point, so I'm going to do 1 point, 1-finger point. We review movies, my co-host and I, but we trade off picking the movies. So he's going to pick a movie he loves that he knows I'm going to hate, and I pick a movie I love that he's going to hate. Now, I wouldn't pick this movie because there's no way that fuck won't like it. It's so good. This movie's great. It's great. Watch this movie, guys. End. Watch it.